Hello everyone. In this video, I will be sharing another US FDA new drug approval update. On March 25, 2026, the US FDA approved a small molecule glucocorticoid receptor antagonist, LIFYORLI, relacorilant, in combination with the nab-paclitaxel. This new oral therapy is indicated for the treatment for adults with platinum-resistant epithelial ovarian, fallopian tube, or primary peritoneal cancer who have received 1 to 3 prior systemic treatment regimen, at least one of which include bevacizumab, a vascular endothelial growth factor VEGF inhibitor. Now, let's dive into this medication in more detail. Relacorilant, brand name LIFYORLI. This medication was approved by the US FDA on March 25, 2026, and indicated in combination with the nab-paclitaxel for the treatment for adults with platinum-resistant epithelial ovarian, fallopian tube, or primary peritoneal cancer who have received 1 to 3 prior systemic treatment regimen, at least one of which included bevacizumab, which is a VEGF inhibitor. Chemically, LIFYORLI is an oral small molecule with pyrazole, pyridine, and sulfonamide motifs. Molecule weight 586.57 gram per mole. 100 bond acceptor 9. 100 bond acceptor refers to the number of nitrogen and oxygen within the drug molecule. 100 bond donor 0. 100 bond donor refers to the number of OH and NH groups within the drug molecule. Log P 4.5, which is a lipophilicity parameter for the drug molecule. The higher log P, the more lipophilic drug molecule. Polar surface area 111 square angstrom. This medication is available as capsules. The strength of the capsules are 25 mg and 100 mg with active pharmaceutical ingredient relacorilant. Recommended dosage 150 mg taken orally once on the day before, the day of, and the day after each nab-paclitaxel infusion. Mechanistically, this medication works as a glucocorticoid receptor antagonist, which makes the tumor more sensitive to chemotherapy by blocking cortisol signaling, therefore increases apoptosis and anti-tumor activity when given together with paclitaxel. Pharmacokinetically, Tmax, the median time to reach the maximal plasma concentration, is 2.5 hours. The apparent volume of distribution VZ/F of relacorilant is 2,490 liters, following a single 150 mg dose under fasted conditions. Based on the in vitro studies, protein binding is over 99%. Metabolism. Relacorilant is primarily metabolized by cytosolic reductase and CYP3A enzymes. The terminal half-life for relacorilant is 27 hours. Excretion in the urine about 17%, with less than 2% as parent drug molecule. In the feces, about 73%, which less than 1% being the parent drug molecule. Drug-drug interactions. Given both relacorilant and paclitaxel are metabolized by the CYP3A enzyme, and paclitaxel is also a substrate of CYP2C8. Strong CYP3A inducers would decrease the drug exposure of relacorilant and paclitaxel. Therefore, avoid concomitant use with LIFYORLI. In combination with the nab-paclitaxel and/or monitor closely for decreased efficacy. Conversely, for patients who need to take moderate CYP2C8 inhibitors, monitor patients closely for increased risk and associated side effects due to the elevated drug exposure of paclitaxel. In addition, for CYP3A substrates, avoid concomitant use with LIFYORLI because relacorilant is a strong CYP3A inhibitor which can increase the drug exposure for CYP3A substrates and lead to serious adverse effects. Lastly, for certain CYP2C8 substrates, avoid concomitant use unless otherwise recommended, because relacorilant is a weak CYP2C8 inducer which can decrease exposure of CYP2C8 substrates. Contraindications: concurrent systemic glucocorticoid therapy for a life-saving indication is contraindicated. The most common adverse reactions, greater than 20%, including lab abnormalities in patients treated with LIFYORLI in combination with nab-paclitaxel, were decreased hemoglobin, decreased neutrophils, fatigue, nausea, diarrhea, decreased platelets, rash, and decreased appetite. Here are the key references which I have used to prepare for today's video. The US FDA New Drug Approval Updates for 2026 is a very valuable resource. In addition, most of the medication information which I shared today is based on LIFYORLI prescribed information. This document is available at the US FDA drug website, along with the drug manufacturer website. Finally, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, subscribe for future medication video updates. As always, keep learning and elevating. Thank you so much.